Are you doing all right? You feeling okay? How's your day going? Hi, I'm Charlie McKeever, your Happy Man coach, and this is a question that men ask their wives all the time. He's temperature checking her. He's asking her, are you all right? He wants to know what mood she's in, and he wants to know, really, is he okay? Is he safe? Is she going to be in a good mood or a bad mood? Is this going to be a good day or a bad day? Because his mood, his emotional state is actually hooked to her mood. Whether or not she's in a good mood means whether or not he's going to have a good day or not. And this is something that I know, that I lived through personally, that I can tell you is something that I drug into my adult life in my marriage. It was something that I experienced as a child. It was something that I asked my mother all the time. Are you okay? Are you doing all right? How you feeling? How's your day going? And that was really just me asking her, am I all right? When I was asking her, are you all right? I was asking her if I was all right, because she was an alcoholic. There'd be days when I would come home from school, and before I would walk through the door, I would put my hand on the doorknob on the outside of the house, and I would take a deep breath, and then I would open that door, not knowing what was going to be on the other side. On the weekend, the day would start out nice, but by noon she would start drinking, and then we would have 2 a.m. mornings. It was really kind of a crapshoot. It was really kind of hit or miss as to whether or not it was going to be a good day. And so I learned to temperature check her all the time. I would do it several times throughout the day. How you doing? You doing all right? You feeling all right? How's everything going? Really not realizing that the whole time I was asking, am I okay? Is there something that's going to come out of the shadows and eat me? Is this going to be a 2 a.m. morning? Are we going to have a peaceful home? And I drug that into my adult life, and I ask my wife all the time, how you doing? How you feeling? Everything okay? How's your day going? I wish I could tell you that was a genuine expression of care, that I was really concerned about her happiness and how she was doing. But that wasn't all there was. I was also asking, am I okay? So if you're a man who finds himself doing this, he finds himself with his mood hooked to her mood, that he's emotionally dependent on her, that if her mood goes down, if she's in a low mood, you find yourself being affected by that, then we need to talk. We need to talk, because I can guarantee you that she's not enjoying that doesn't give her any room for emotional expression. That means that she can't be sad, she can't have a bad day, that she can't have a bad moment, that anything that she does that seems negative or unhappy affects you, and then she has to deal with that on top of whatever emotions that she's feeling for herself. And you don't like it either. You don't like the emotional roller coaster that goes along with it, and the fear and the anxiety and the uncertainty that you feel as part of that. So I'm telling you in this video, you don't have to live that way, that there can be another version of relationship, one where she has the freedom to be able to have her feelings and you're unaffected by them, where you can hold space and listen and understand that she's having a moment, that she's going through something, and that you're okay, that you don't need to fix it, you don't need to overreact, that you don't need to jump into action, that the best thing that you can possibly do is just be able to be the lighthouse for her in her storm, in that moment when she's trying desperately to emotionally regulate, that you don't have to assign meaning to that and think that means that your day is going to be blown up, or that you somehow have done something wrong and need to fix it. This is a much better place to live. It's a much better place to live when we own ourselves, when we can allow other people to have feelings, when other people can be upset around us and we're unaffected by it. It doesn't mean that we don't care. It doesn't mean that we're unfeeling. It doesn't mean that we're disconnected. It just means that we know that it's okay for people to have feelings. It's okay for people to get upset. And as long as we have healthy boundaries and we're not accepting abuse, that we're not in an abusive relationship, that it's okay for someone to have feelings and for us to be okay too. What I want you to do right now is go to happymancoaching.com, fill out my contact form, schedule a call with me. Let's talk about what this looks like for you. When do you get upset? When do you feel shame? When do you feel fear? When do you find yourself shrinking in a conversation? When are you most affected by your wife's moods, her expressions, her comments, her ways of being? How does that affect you? What thoughts come up for you, and how does that push you around? What is the behavior that happens that you want to be different. What kind of relationship do you want to be different in your marriage? I can guarantee you that right now you might say, I don't know. But what you do know is that what's happening right now, this version of you, this version of the relationship isn't working, that it's full of anxiety and it's full of frustration, it's full of arguments and fights and conflict that doesn't need to happen. That the more that you can be a person and that she can be a person and that the two of you can be persons together, people together, in a relationship, in a healthy relationship where you can both have feelings and not be adversely affected by those, the better off you'll be. The better off you will be, the better off she will be, the better off your marriage will be, and all the people around you will be. Your kids will be, your family, your friends, everybody. So, happymancoaching.com, fill out that contact form, let's talk. I guarantee after that call you'll feel better. You'll breathe easier. You'll have more clarity about where to go next. You'll have some confidence about what needs to happen in order for you to experience something different in your life and in your marriage and inside of you so that you can be comfortable in your own skin. Can you imagine that? Being comfortable in your own skin? Being able to be comfortable in your own house, not feeling like something is always going to come out of the shadows and eat you, that you have to be on high alert all the time. I can tell you that I lived for decades, the first half of my life, feeling exactly that way, and now I don't. Now I'm calm, I'm comfortable, I'm confident, I'm grounded. I know that I'm okay, I know that she's okay, and I know that everything's going to be fine. Being comfortable in your own skin is a beautiful way to live, and I want to help you do that. All right, talk to you soon, brother.